Alright, okay. Officially, this is day 25 of learning to read Chinese. And chapter 13 is called 果木, which means fruits and trees. Well, 木 technically is wood, but we use it also for trees, because wood comes from trees. So our first character is 桃. Now, 桃 means peach. We got lots of pictures in this chapter because it's easier than explaining things. And on the right, this character, if you cover up the tree on the side, which tells you that this is a plant, or a tree more specifically. Peaches do grow on trees. On the right is 兆, which is a trillion. That's for the sound. Most of these, it's going to be like a sort of similar sounding character, and then with the wood on the side to tell you that it's the name of a tree. Li is plum. This is also the Li that you're most commonly going to see people whose surname is Li. Most of them is going to be this one. Xing. Xing is an apricot, and it also means almond because of the bitter almonds that come out of the pits of fruits like these. Shi. Shi is persimmon. And this is another one of those where it's got a tree on the side to tell you it's a tree. And this on the right is shi, which means market. But when you put the tree on the side, it sounds the same, shi, but it means a persimmon. Zhi. We got shi, the number 10 on the right for the sound, and 3 drops of water on the side tell you it's a liquid. Zhi is juice. So fruit juice or any sort of juice. Xian. Xian, this is composed of, on the left, a fish, and on the right, a sheep. And xian refers to food that is fresh and delicious, tasty. It could also be clear and brightly colored. Good for things that aren't food also. It's mostly about colors and flavors, because sometimes you see particularly bright and clear colors and they look tasty even though they're not food. But this is composed of a fish and a sheep because we're talking specifically about delicious food and live fish. This is the word for seafood is 海鲜, where 海 is the ocean. 海鲜, just delicious food from the ocean. That's what we call seafood. We got alternate reading. 鲜, which means little, rare, lack, or be short of. 知鲜, we're talking about that delicious, sweet, refreshing juice. Wait, this on the right also reads wei, but that wei is the wei in weilai, like the future or things yet to come. You put a mouth on the side, and that tells you that we're talking about something related to the mouth. In this case, eating. The taste or the flavor of something when you eat it can also refer to the odor to the nose or the tone to the ear. But primarily this is the taste to your tongue. Wei. Shuang. Shuang. This means clear, crisp, and refreshing. It can also mean feel good, bright, outspoken, and straightforward. if you're expanding the meaning from this to that, and somebody's personality is clear, crisp, and refreshing, then that would be outspoken and straightforward. We also use this to refer to like cold drinks on a hot day, or like going on a roller coaster and feeling the wind, like you feel refreshed. 爽. So here we're talking about that fresh, delicious taste and flavor and the cool sensation when you drink juice. 椰子, the coconut. You would also use, usually it's whatever the word is, and 子 is going to be the name of the fruit itself, like 桃子, right? But then if you're talking about the pit, it would be like 桃仁. Same thing here. 椰子is the fruit itself, whereas the coconut oil would be 椰油. You know, like that. And this on the right is also 椰. It's the one that we don't really use in any case except for transliterations. For things like 耶稣, which is Jesus, or 耶律, which is Yale, things like that. 柚子 is a pomelo. The big citrus fruits. And this on the right is the yolk, that means to follow from or because of. So that yolk tells you the sound. And again, this is something that grows on a tree. Yo also refers to when you call yomu. Yomu is a teak, the type of wood, that type of tree, a different tree. Teak. Whereas yo, with the falling sound, is the fruit. Cheng is orange. The orange that we all know and love. 橙子, 橙汁. You know. So this on the right is 登, which means scale or mount or go up onto. It's kind of, you know, it's got the same ending sound. So 橙 uses that, and it grows on a tree. 橘. This is on the right is 吉, the one which is used for lucky. So some of them don't sound exactly the same, but they sound like vaguely similar, and that's what that does in the character. Grows on a tree. 橘 is a mandarin orange or a tangerine, and this is interesting here because the standard sweet orange that we are most familiar with, 橙子, is actually a hybrid of the pomelo, 柚子, and the mandarin orange, 橘子. Now this, we also have another reading, 节. This is called which way is that read? Make sure I'm not giving you wrong information. 桔梗. Right. 桔梗 is this flower, which is called a balloon flower in English. So when talking about this flower, it's read 桔, but when talking about this fruit, it's read 橘. Ke. This we've got the 3 drops of water on the side to tell you it's about liquids. Ke means thirsty or earnestly. And this on the right is he. This is the 和 that means like who, why, how, when, what, where. 和. And that's kind of halfway the same sound. 渴, thirsty. 饮 means drink or beverages. Diet in the sense of the foods and drinks that you intake. Or to keep in the heart or hide. In this context, we're talking about beverages. It can also mean give water to drink or water an animal, wine and dine or entertain. So 饮料 is would be the word for beverage. If you want to put it generally. Where is it? 饮料 here. 饮食 would be diet because 食 is the food and 饮 is the beverages. So that would encompass all of your intake. 品 means species, character, grade, rank, style, standard, rule, judge. Taste, which encompasses a taste. This is like your taste in music or like wine tasting, that kind of taste. Similar, alike, the same. Got a wide range of meanings, but here we're talking about taste. 尝 means to taste, try the flavor of, or try an experience. So 尝试 or 试 is also to try doing something. 尝试 would be like trying a new activity or a new strategy or that kind of thing. In this case, 尝, we're talking about tasting flavors. It's all related. 可饮品尝 波. This 波 is used in the words for two different things. 菠菜, or 菜 is vegetable, right? 菠菜 is spinach. And 菠萝 is pineapple. I don't know why this word is used, this character is used in both spinach and pineapple, but it is. This one is not a tree. It's a plant that grows out of the ground. So on the top, this is grass. 草字头. And this on the bottom is 波, the one that means waves and ripples. That's for the sound. 萝. Like I said, 菠萝 together. 菠萝 is pineapple. But 萝 is also used in the name of a variety of other plants. This is a beard lichen, which is not even a plant. Different category of organism. But what's common between all of these is that they're all vines or kind of creeping type plants. These ones. Except for these. These are not vines. Carrots are called 胡萝卜, and turnips, radishes, are called 白萝卜 for the white ones, and 青萝卜 for the green ones. 萝卜. So it's actually used for a variety of unrelated plants. 萝. And this, below the grass, this is also 萝. I think we went over it. The one that means gauze or sift or gather. 萝. Where were we? 根. We're back to fruit trees. This on the right also reads 根, and it means sweet or willing. And 根 is a tangerine. Can also mean mandarin orange, but 根 usually specifically refers to tangerines. You're also called 柑橘 together. Where this ju and this ju are kind of interchangeable. You'll see some sources say that this ju can be used as a simplified version of this one, but it's not consistent. So they're kind of both in use, but they also kind of both mean the same thing, and they're pronounced the same also. Ju, mandarin orange. Gan is together with the next one, lan. Gan means olive. And these words are not really used in anything else except for referring to olives, especially this one. Lan is also going to be used other types of olives. Ganlan is specifically the ones that are green on the outside with white flesh, whereas the black purpley ones also are called I don't remember if they're called black or purple, but it's the color, and lan is used. And lan is the one also that's used, the character out of the two of them, which is used for things related to olives. So like lan ren would be the olive pits, and lan xiang is the smell of olives. Ganlan, olives. And I think I might have mentioned before that American football is called Ganlan Qiu because the football is kind of shaped like an olive. This on the right is also gan, and it means dare, like to dare to do something. And this is what is this one? This one is lan. This one is also read lan on the right. Sound. The one that means look at or read. And these are trees. Bing. Bing. In this context, we're talking about bing lang. Bing lang. And bing lang is this, which is called a betel nut or areca. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. From the betel palm tree. And this is what it looks like fresh, and this is what it looks like dry. And it's chewed as a drug. So a little bit like chewing tobacco. It also has mild stimulant properties. And also similar to chewing tobacco, it can give you mouth cancer. It's got carcinogenic properties. So drugs, pretty bad. Don't do drugs. Bing lang. But bing, this character is also used for bingzi. Bingzi is a type of this small sour apple. Kind of sweet and sour little apple variety. It's called bingzi. Li. This li, this on top is li, the li, like in li run, profits, benefits, that type of li. But you put this one's got the wood, the tree thing on the bottom. Li means pear. But once again, for some reason, feng li, or feng is phoenix, like the mythical creature. Feng li means pineapple. So for some reason, pineapples are also called phoenix pears. This is, see, like in Taiwan they use that. So if you get those little pastries that are kind of flaky, crumbly on the outside and a little bit kind of chewy, gooey. How do you even describe that texture? A little bit sticky and soft on the inside. Those little feng li su. It's pineapple, but they call it feng li on those. Instead of boluo. Zao. Zao. What the Chinese call zao is this fruit, which fresh it looks like this and dried it looks like this. They're often called dates or Chinese dates, even though they're not really dates or even that similar to dates, but it's kind of the closest analog in terms of the native diet in China. In English, we call these jujube. You put them in your porridge, you put them in your herbal tea, eat them as a snack. Good stuff. Pink. Pink. This is grass on the top. Even though this is a tree, for some reason, this one is a grass radical. Pink. This is the one that means peaceful and level. 苹果 is what we call apples. Ja. Ja. This on the right is cha, the one that means check or examine, research. Cha. You got a tree on the side. Ja means hawthorn. Hawthorn trees are also called the May tree. I think this is because they bloom in May or something like that. It might also be, I'm pretty sure that's why they're called May tree. And these kind of like the zalzi also. Here they are fresh and here they are dried. Usually we have them dried. You can brew tea with them and make them to various snacks. So you might have had like it's pretty popular for fruit leather sort of stuff, and those little coin shaped haw flakes. They give you them, and the packaging is also kind of like coin sleeves. Those are made out of hawthorn, which we call shanjia. Shan is mountain. Shanjia, hawthorn. Li. This goes, wait, no, we don't have the other one. Li zhi. Li zhi is lychee. I think that's how Americans say it, lychee. Li zhi, and this is grass on top. Each one of these is li by itself, the one that means power or energy. If you stack 3 of them together, it's li, which means unending exertion. But here, with the grass on top, li, zhi, these little guys. Li sounds the same as the last one, looks totally different, means totally different. Li, this li is chestnuts. Li zi is what these are called. You know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. These guys. Liu. Liu, this character on the right is also Liu. This is the one that means stay or leave behind. It grows on a tree. Do they though? I'm not a botany expert. Anyway, tree on the side. Liu is used in the names of 2 fruits. This is shiliu. Shi means rock. Shiliu is a pomegranate. And liu lian is a durian. Big stinky guy. Now, this is also used in the names of weapons. If you'll know, that a lot of grenades and other types of large artillery shells, I guess, are kind of similar in size and heft, maybe, to a pomegranate. So like liu dan are high explosive shells. Liu dan pao, a howitzer, which is the big gun that shoots those. Or liu san dan is a shrapnel shell. These kinds of weapons also use this character. Tang. Tang li Tangli is a birch leaf pear. This is what the flowers on the tree look like, and this is what the fruits look like. Now, I don't think that we eat these, but all kinds of fruits and trees are welcome here, not just the ones we eat. So that's tang. And this is also, if you meet people whose last name Tang, it's sometimes this one. I think sometimes it's a different one. Tang. Tang. This on the bottom also reads Tang. It's the one that refers to like Tangku, a warehouse or a granary. It's got grass on top. This Tang can mean green and verdant or gray and ashy, which are kind of seem like opposites, but it does have both meanings. And old and aged. So if you look in here, Tang Bai is going to be pale and ashy. If you say Tang Cui, that's going to be crisp and verdant. Tang Huang is going to be greenish yellow, not ash yellow. When you put it with yellow, it means green. Tang Lao is going to be old and aged. Tang Liang, desolate and bleak. So depending on the context, Tang Tian is spring. Depending on the context, it could mean either fresh and green or gray, ashy, and old. Song. Song, this on the right is gong for public, but we're talking about a tree. It sounds like halfway the same. Song is pine tree. Now, song, this same character also is loose, slack, and relaxed. Song. Or it could be light and flaky, or soft and fluffy, like a soft and fluffy fiber fill, or light and flaky shortbread. We'd use song. And also is this particular dried minced meat preparation, which I forgot to put a picture of, but it's this stuff you see in the store. 肉松. It's a dried minced meat product. It's also called song. I'll put a picture in there later. Shou. Shou means longevity or life, especially long life, age, or birthday. When you give someone a toast to long life, you're also going to use this character, shou. Bai. Bai is a cypress tree. You'll see bai liao or bai mu be called. You'll see here, this one is super huge, old growth cypress, really old. That's why we've got it here with shou, because we're talking about these trees living a long time, being kind of green or kind of ashy color and living for a long time. But this character's got another reading, bo, and it's read bo when we use it for transliterating foreign words, like Berlin is called Boling, and Plato, the philosopher, is called Bolatu. So in those contexts, it's bo, not bai. When we're talking about the tree, it is bai. Cui. Cui means to hang down or dangle, or to pass down, bequeath. It can also mean nearly or approach. Cui, here we're talking about cui liu. Liu is a wicker, which is made from willow branches. Willow tree. Liu shu is a willow tree. Cui liu, we call cui liu because of the way that the leaves and branches hang down. The distinctive feature. And Mao. Mao is a feather or hair, down or wool, animal hide, anything that's hairy. It also can mean little, depending on the context. It could be gross weight or gross revenue, gross in those contexts. Malt, when you say hairy, it can also be rough, coarse, or semi-finished, so like not smooth. You would say like your carpentry project before you sand it would be malt, rough, coarse, and semi-finished. It can also be to feel nervous or harried. If you get angry, like if you get your jimmies rustled, you feel prickly, you'd also use malt. Kind of frazzled and flustered, a little bit irritated, malt. Malt is also 10 cents. A dime is 1毛钱. Oh yeah, wait, I missed one. Malt. Depreciate. This is like your stocks, your shares in a company or something. When they depreciate in value, you'd also use malt. Yang. Yang. This is a poplar tree. I think this would be the most common surname version of Yang. If you see people who are named Yang, it's most likely going to be this one. Poplar tree. I guess some part of that tree is fuzzy, maybe. White. This one on the right doesn't really sound that similar. It's gui, the one that means ghost. But with the wood tree radical on the side, it reads white. White refers to the Chinese scholar tree, which is also known as the Japanese pagoda tree. This is used as one of the 50 fundamental herbs in traditional Chinese medicine. Here, this is what the whole tree looks like. This is some of the branches and leaves. This is the flowers, and this is the bean pods. Seed pods. White. Chun. This is xiangchun, is what it's called. Xiangchun, or this is called a Chinese tune. I mean, this tree doesn't exist outside of China, so you probably haven't really heard of it. But it's different varieties. You can eat them. I don't even know if I've eaten this before. Anyways, that's that. This on the right, chun, is, it's the one for springtime. Yu is an elm tree. And this is those leaves and those seed pods and that wood and that tree. Yu. And this on the right is also yu. It's so that's for the sound, as most of them are. Hua. Hua is a birch tree. So you've seen there's a white one's very distinctive look. There's also darker colored birch trees. It's flaky. This is what the leaves look like. Hei hua would be this. Bai hua would be this white one and black one. Hua. You'll know that this one is hua, which is the one used for Chinese. There. Birch trees. Shan. This is a China fir. Shan liao. These guys. Kind of fuzzy picture. And this on the right is a is also shan, actually. Yes. This is shan. You put the word on it and it still reads the same. But we've got an alternate reading here. Sha. Sha is a fir pole. Like when you take off all the branches and all the leaves and needles, left with the big log, the timber log. Sha mu or shagao is what they're called. Sha. Gui. Gui. This on the right is gui. So that's for the sound. Gui is a cassia bark tree. It's also called Chinese cinnamon because it kind of has a similar form when you extract the bark and use it in cooking as a spice, or it can also be ground up. So usage a little similar to cinnamon. It also refers to this. This is a sweet osmanthus, I think this one, which is gui hua, I believe. There's a few different plants that have this character in their names. Jingui. I don't have pictures of all of them though. Rong. Rong. This on the right is also rong. It's the rong that means hold, contain, allow, or tolerate, look. Like somebody's countenance. Rong. But this is another name of a tree. Rong is a banyan tree. These big, huge, wide trees with all the... I don't even know what the term is for these, but the way the branches like come down and reroot themselves into the ground. Banyan trees are rong. And this is also Fuzhou, the city, is also called rong in its abbreviated form. Zhang. Zhang, this on the right is also Zhang, which is sometimes people with the last name Zhang, it's this Zhang. Li Zao Zhang is what people would call it, because this is Li and this is Zao. But with a tree is the camphor laurel tree. So camphor, this is the tree, and this is the leaves and berries, and this is when you extract the stuff. It's like this white, colorless, kind of crumbly crystalline stuff. It's got a cooling quality, so it's used for like cough remedies and stuff. Cooling bug bites, things like that. Camphor comes from that tree. Can extract oil from it, put it in things. It's one of those essential oils, I think. Zong. Zong. This on the right is also zong. This is the zong that means in like zongjiao and stuff, for like a school of thought or like a religion, stuff like that. A clan. This tree, this is a palm tree. Palm tree. It also refers to the palm fibers on the outside of the skin of a coconut. The hairy fibrous part is also called zong. You would call it zong malt, which is referring to hair or hide, if you'll recall. Zong malt is this stuff, which is also called kuar. And zong is also a word for brown, the color, or brown dye. And in that sense, we use it to refer to brown bears. Brown bears are called zongxiong. The brown bear. Lü. Zonglü is the word. We put them together. Zonglü together is the word for palm tree. So lü is palm tree. There it is. Zong by itself will refer to this stuff, or the color brown. But Zonglü is the name of the tree. That on the right is also lü, by the way. It reads the same, lü. But that one is like a village gate. Ning. Ning is lemon, or limonene, or citric acid. These are just various chemicals that can be extracted from lemons or that are contained in lemons. Ning. Ningmeng together is lemon. And this isn't used anywhere else except for the name of lemons. You'll see this isn't even any other words, only the name of lemons. Whereas this, when you talk about other types of stuff, Ningmeng Su or Ningmeng Suan, I guess we are using the whole name. But yeah, like Ningmeng Suan is for citric acid, the acid that comes from lemons or appears that lemons contain. Ningmeng, lemon. Feng. Feng, this on the right is also feng. It means wind. This tree is a Chinese sweet gum. This tree. But we also use feng to refer to maple trees, which are kind of similar but not really related. Those are your maple leaves. Various different varieties of maple. Every variety of maple uses this word, feng. Just tack other words onto it. Ke. This ke is used as a classifier for counting trees, cabbages, things like that. And this is the stem of a plant. So if you're counting 10 trees, it would be 10棵树. That's just a counting word. 紫. 紫 is purple or violet, the color, which, as in other cultures, is associated with the emperor, the palace, the royal purple. 紫. And it's also a lucky color. 谭. 谭. Last character in the chapter. This on the right is 胆. Sounds kind of halfway similar. 胆, which means sincere. This tree is a blue sandalwood. Wing Celtis. This tree is called tan. And this wood is used to make these hardwood clappers, which are used as percussion instruments, like in the Chinese opera. You know, they use for keeping rhythm when they're doing the what is it called? The libretto? I don't know what the theater terms are. But when they're kind of chanting, talking, use these clong, clong, clong to keep the rhythm. And it's also burnt as incense. It's got a variety of uses. Tan. So that's all of the fruits and trees. And I forgot to set a timer, so I have no idea how long that took. But that's Unit 13. Make sure to remember to practice. Most of these, a lot of these actually, you're gonna recognize half of the word, the part that's not the tree on the side. So that should make them easier to remember a little bit. Okay, bye.